Hi, my name is Kelly, and I'm here to tell you about a project that's very near and dear to my heart, the Grandmother Healing Dolls. It's pretty amazing to me that the first pictures I chose for this video fit so well with the times and seasons in my part of the world. For instance, this first picture I had previously named Madonna and Child, and I can think of no better time of year when that sacred maternal bond is celebrated. At the same time, as we move towards the solstice, each day right now brings more darkness, and I look forward to the great turning when love and light again grow brighter in the world. In June of this year, my country became very dark. You see, it was then that asylum-seeking families literally had their children ripped from their arms and put into detention centers. Like many, I was shocked and horrified. I kept asking myself, what is my response to this atrocity? I decided that creative, compassionate action was needed, and the Grandmother Healing Dolls was born. Now, back to today and the synchronicity of the pictures and times. Remember in Dr. Seuss's classic, the whole story changed when, quote, the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day, unquote? Well, I call that abundance mentality, and inside each of the Grandmother Healing Dolls is, in fact, an oversized heart. A soft and open heart. A heart for all children, a heart with the profound words first written by a child with sidewalk chalk. No one can destroy peace and love. And you know what? Anyone who sits within the sanctuary of a hug can feel that truth. I made the grandmothers as a gift to the children who are still being held, but also as a tool for therapists who help the children in their trauma. I had intended on simply sending them to grassroots not-for-profits, but something told me I must actually go with the grandmothers on the first trip. So after a lot of internal arguing, we loaded up the Prius and started driving, the grandmothers and I. The trip was long and hard, and we were tired each night as we reached the rooms. We saw a great deal of things and made notes so I could write about them later. We logged 3,042 miles, drove through 2 countries, including their border crossings, 6 states, and 54 counties. I truly felt like I was traveling with elders and all the wisdom that entails. We visited a prison, 3 detention centers, and 3 courthouses. Sometimes it was way too hard, so we stopped the car for a few moments and reconnected with nature to gain the strength needed for the work. We did indeed find counselors who were helping the victims of trauma, and the grandmothers were joyfully received as the gifts they were intended to be. I'm sure they have already helped many in ways I can only imagine. Imagine, that's one of the many Beatles songs I played on the journey to give me the strength I needed. They reminded me that in the midst of hate, love is all you need, really and truly. In fact, my bumper stickers were kind of a proclamation and mantra for the whole trip. Words from John Lennon, the fact that we must coexist, and the prophetic statement reiterated by the Friends Committee for National Legislation, love thy neighbor, no exceptions. Each of us are at a defining moment. Who are we? What do we really believe in? Are we willing to live our values? How can we help? Yes, the world is what it is, but there is so much we can do to make it the world we know it should be and could be if only we act with loving kindness. That question I asked myself in June, what is my response? It changed my world. If you are asking yourself similar questions, please join me. If we look through the lens of peace, like these little girls are doing with the grandmothers, we can live in a world where fear and hate do not rule. We can create a world where hope and compassion are freely shared with all of humankind. It's up to each and every one of us. Remember, it is, after all, the time of turning, when more light and love are entering our world. Please give to this Kickstarter. This was just the beginning. There is so much more healing, wholeness, and social justice planned. Thank you for your consideration.